Good afternoon. Well, I'm back for another rant, so obviously the first one I was happy with. Today, it's about a little bit different thing, or I should say later on today, because this is a little bit later from before. The fact that if you go to a retail outlet, say a grocery store, and someone buys 6 rolls and you ask them if they have a half a dozen, and they correct you and say no, they have 6, there's something wrong with that picture. But that was just for the beginning to start off with. We're going to actually be moving on a little bit today. Remember your elders, respect them. None of this crap, the F you, screw you, spitting in people's faces, that's just disgusting. You walk away, wait till later. You address that later. You don't put it aside, but you address it later. You have to have a profound respect for your elders. It's getting to a point today in today's society where we care nothing about the past and essentially nothing about the future, but only about ourselves. It's a me, 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 today, today, today. And that's just kind of wrong. I mean, it's stupid. People are stupid for doing this kind of BS. But, oh yes, where was I? The topic of, in a way, love and respect. Now, I'm not a hippie. I have nothing wrong with hippies. And I'm not some Muhammad Ali crazy fighter Mike Tyson dude. But I do think that whenever possible, violence should never be used. Now, of course, as you know from my last video, I do support the war in Iraq. I support the war on terror. As for going and blowing someone's brains out just because they stole your girl, that's wrong. That's messed up in the head. And again, that goes back to the me, 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 now, now, now. And it's repulsive anymore. Absolutely disgustingly repulsive. I find it that today we don't have respect or love for anybody. Now again, like I said, I'm not a hippie and I'm not a Muhammad Ali. I think that we should love everybody as much as possible, but if there is a wrong done, it needs to be corrected. It cannot go on. It cannot be saved for later, for the future to take care of it, and that cannot be considered a thing of the past. We saw that happen with Hitler in appeasement. But going back to love, there should not be too much free love. This stuff that's going on right now in the Boston school area, or Massachusetts I believe it was specifically, not necessarily Boston, but this pact for 17-year-old girls to get pregnant. I laugh at that. Ha 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 ha. It's actually kind of funny and morally perverse. But that's just one example of how today's generation is faltering on the brink of extinction. Well, not necessarily extinction, but, well, essentially yes. Because the more babies that get popped out, the more welfare programs have to increase their spending, the less money the government has for relief, and then we go down the tube, down the flusher, down the toilet. So it's okay to love one another, and to love one another, but at least use protection. Be smart, don't be a retard. Now, with that said, I volunteer and work in hospitals, and you can see what happens when people don't use protection. Number 1, we have abortion. Number 2, we have STDs at an all-time high. And number 3, unexpected pregnancies, not presidencies, even though it will be unexpected if we get essentially our oldest or a black president. But pregnancies. Use protection, people. And that's where I'm going to leave you with today's message. Keep the rain inside. Use protection. Don't be violent unless you have to. And try to love and respect one another. Thank you, and God bless America. Go Bills.